Give me a thumbs up when we hit record. Perfect. Thank you for joining us for this International Education Week Business Showcase. My name is Jenica Heim, and I'm the Education USA Advisor in Canada. I'm joined here with my colleague, Jorge, who's located in Mexico. And today we will be hearing from 8 universities as they talk about their business programs and universities. You will be muted. You may choose to have your camera on or off. We do not have time to answer the questions live, but please write them in the chat. And this is very important. Make sure you put your email address and we will give that information directly to the representatives and they'll contact you by email afterwards. The first person we'll be hearing from today is Susan Whipple from Marquette University. Thanks for being here today.
Thank you. Thank you to everyone for joining us today. My name is Susan Whipple. I'm speaking to you from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and we are going to be talking a little bit about how Marquette University is innovating business for the next generation. So many people are not aware of the fact that Marquette is located in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, which has a very significant location for business. We are located in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, the 17th largest city in the United States and an economic hub in the region. So a great location for business, regardless of what area of business you are thinking about. Just out of curiosity, you might like to know that our largest trading partners are Canada, Mexico, China, Germany, and Japan. You can see a little bit of information about the university here on this slide, but like to point out the fact that we are number 6 in the entire United States for job placement, and a lot of that is the result of the strength of our academic programs. So let's talk a little bit about some of those business programs at Marquette. On the screen, you can see the different programs that are available. There is also a program in advertising offered in our College of Communication for anyone who might be interested in that area. Marquette is fully AACSB accredited. Why does that matter for a business student? AACSB accreditation is an additional sign of approval that only 5% of the world's business programs earn. So you have confirmation that this is a very, very strong choice for business. As you're looking at all of these majors, you may think, I'd like to do a couple of those, and you are able to. It is very easy for students to have a double major. Triple majors are even possible, and there's also great combinations of majors and minors within the College of Business. And students can actually earn both a bachelor and a graduate degree within 5 years instead of the traditional 6 through our accelerated programs. Let's now start to focus on 4 specific programs. The first of those is our finance program. And one of the reasons that I like to point out our finance program is because we're one of the few universities where students can participate in what's called an applied investment management program. These are the students who manage portfolios and are then prepared to go on and to take the exam to be certified financial analysts. Milwaukee is, believe it or not, a finance hub. There are billions of dollars in capital that is invested by banks and different organizations within the city. So many times people aren't aware that they have great opportunities here within the city, but our students also have the opportunity to spend time on Wall Street. And the first picture that you see is actually from one of our classrooms. And the bottom picture is actually from our students participating in the Finance in New York City summer program. There's a lot of participation from our alumni in this program to make sure that our students are not just well prepared, but also going to be the best applicants that are going on to these firms and later on to be full-time employees. As we move on and look at innovation and entrepreneurship, Marquette's program places a very strong emphasis on lifelong success. We don't want our students to just get rich quick and then bottom out on their next venture. So there really is a focus on a person-centered approach. We bring entrepreneurs and consultants into the classroom. There is an innovator in residence. And so that students who are interested in startups have a lot of advising and mentoring to ensure that they are successful. There's also a Golden Angels network of investors who work with students within our Kohler Center for Entrepreneurship. And we have a picture of our Innovation Hub, which is actually a central location on campus for all students interested in innovation and entrepreneurship to gather together and to promote their ideas and their ventures. So it is something that if you're thinking that you want to work with students outside of business, you're definitely going to have that opportunity. Supply chain management is a buzzword that a lot of people talk about, particularly in this time period when we are relying more on things being delivered specifically to our homes as opposed to going into supermarkets and shopping as we normally would. Um, and so Marquette's program in supply chain management is actually a driver of industry. You see some photos of students who are participating in classes. I should note that these, of course, these pictures were taken pre-COVID-19, but our students are still continuing to work with industry, just more virtually as opposed to in person. I've also included a few companies that the university works with very closely, particularly Uline. Uline develops a lot of the packaging that is used by Amazon and other companies to ship things. And they are located very close to campus, so great opportunities for internships in all of these programs, and especially in the supply chain management program. Our fourth program that we're going to focus on is real estate. And so you can actually see a picture of students who went up into a building to really look at the real estate from a bird's eye view, so to speak. Marquette's real estate program is the only commercial real estate program at a Catholic or Jesuit university. Why is that important? Because you earn a solid foundation in business principles and ethics, which many people fear is missing from many business programs and real estate in particular. Some other things that would also be good to know about the real estate program is that it is ranked number 12 in the entire United States. So again, a good indication of the strength of the program. One of the things that you will have the opportunity to do as a student at Marquette is to participate in the various centers and programs that are focusing on research. So Marquette has faculty who are practitioners in business, as well as faculty who research in business. And so these are good things to know. Also want to point out the fact that we have a number of student-run businesses. So you get an opportunity to get practice as a student on campus before it is time for you to have to go out into the real world, so to speak. So that's a positive thing to do. Some things to point out for all Marquette students, regardless of which major you choose, there's a lot of support to ensure your success. There are internships and dedicated advisors to make sure that you are well prepared for your first internship, including the Business Career Center and a database of jobs and internships that is only available to business students. No one else in the university has access to those. I want to focus a little bit on our admissions process because, of course, that is important to students. And so when looking for students who will be a good fit for Marquette's business program, we are looking for strong students, so a strong B or a 3+3 or 3.3 or higher on a 4.0 scale. Math is very important to success in business. Students are not required to have already studied economics. They can learn about economics at Marquette in our programs. But a student who will be successful, a successfully admitted student, will have a strong foundation or in a solid university preparatory curriculum, so math, science, history, languages. A student does not need to enter the university knowing precisely what they want to study in terms of their business major. They have the opportunity from their very first semester to start taking classes in business so they know they can learn. You know, maybe you're torn between marketing and finance. You have an opportunity to determine which of those areas is really what you want to do, or would a double major be a good option for you? When we look at admissions, we try to be flexible to allow students some great opportunities to present themselves in their best light. Marquette University does not require SAT or ACT for either admission or scholarships, but students certainly can submit them if they wish to. The university does award merit scholarship. In fact, all students who, I should say 90% of our admitted international students earn a merit scholarship at the time of admission. So some good things to know. While we are rolling admission and we offer students a lot of flexibility in terms of when they submit their application materials, we do recommend that students apply early because programs do close and some additional scholarship programs require, or I should say have deadlines. So for anyone who is thinking about joining a university in the fall term, so in August of 2021, some of those application deadlines for additional scholarships are February 1st and March 1st. So now is certainly the time to be thinking about that. Marquette accepts both the Common App as well as our own application, and we do not require an application fee. So just to finish up, want to leave you with some contact information and a good source for you to have additional information. Feel free to take a shot of this if you want to be able to keep it to refer back to. And I thank you very much for joining me. And I'm now going to stop sharing my screen so that my colleague from St. John's will be able to present. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Susan, for that information and for kicking us off today. We'll now hand things over to Paul Mucharon at St. John's University.
Well, hello, everybody. Thank you for having me today, and I'm really excited to tell you more about St. John's University and about our business school, which is called the Peter J. Tobin College of Business. So first thing you should know is that we are located in New York. So it's really an international city, the center of international business with lots of opportunities. Today, I'm going to tell you a little bit more about the majors that we have. Of course, it's not just business, but it's also a lot of different areas of business that you can study. And I'm also going to tell you about what it is at Tobin College that means experiential education. Tobin College also has something very special, and that is that we have our School of Risk Management and Actuarial Science. And that is just an excellent opportunity for someone who is interested in developing a career in the insurance industry. I'll give you a little more information about applying to Tobin and best of all, share some success stories with you from our current students. So Tobin College at St. John's University is really three things: experiential, entrepreneurial, and global. And I'm going to tell you more about what that means. If you look at the picture, that is our main building, which is located in our New York campus. Specifically where we're located in New York is Queens, New York. So we're not located right in the exact center of New York, which is Manhattan, but right American College campus. And so a little bit more about majors. Something to mention is that the Tobin College of Business is AACSB accredited, and that includes our business programs and accounting programs. The accounting program is really great because we do have we have developed such great relationships with the Big Four accounting firms, and many of our students do fantastic internships at those accounting firms. One thing with accounting is that we always encourage you to double major. So it's really beneficial for our students to study accounting plus another business area. So for example, one of our newest programs at Tobin College is the Business Analytics program. This was really a response to a need in the business world. Employers are looking to hire people who understand how to make business decisions with using numbers, analyzing numbers. And so this is a fantastic and very unique major to choose that will give you a skill set that's highly sought after. Others include finance, which is great for people looking to go into investment management, international management for people interested in cross-cultural business practices, marketing, of course, which focuses largely on digital marketing and consumer behavior. To explain to you what is business, when you major in business, it's the most flexible major that we offer. Business allows you to include elective subjects from a variety of areas. And I'll save telling you more about our risk management and actuarial science programs for a little later. So take a look at this picture. This picture is the entrance of the Tobin College of Business building at St. John's. The room that you see there is our financial information laboratory. So it is the very room where a lot of experiential education happens. A class that we offer at Tobin is the Student Managed Investment Fund. This is a finance class that all of the students involved in this class manage a pool of money worth $5 million. And so what a great experience. So that's not just learning by listening to the teacher and taking tests. It's learning by doing, learning by experiencing. And that class actually takes place in that financial laboratory. The Executive in Residence program is an awesome experience at Tobin because each person in that class is partnered with a business executive to work on a real project, coming up with a solution to a business challenge. And so again, it's not a simulation, it's a real partnership that you have with an actual business executive in an organization or company. And the third thing is internships. Think about this. We're a fairly large university, and so we have about 177,000 alumni who live and work in the New York City area. And this means they're really the key at what gives us the opportunity to introduce our students into work experiences at fantastic companies that really range all of the different fields of business. So the work experience, the internship you have can really be tailored to what you're interested in. So those are examples of experiential education. What about entrepreneurial? This means at Tobin College, we want you to always think like an entrepreneur, come up with fresh, creative ideas, business ideas. One class that is required for all sophomores, that's second-year students, is an academic service learning project. And that is, as a group, you do a business consulting project throughout the course of the semester, and you present your ideas and your solutions at the end of the semester to a panel of business executives. Another great example is the annual business plan and pitch event. So what pitch means to throw, right? So this means to give your idea. It's a class in entrepreneurship where each student comes up with a new, original, fresh idea, works on it throughout the course of the semester, making a business plan, and then presents that business plan at the end of the semester to a group of people who judge and give an award, a monetary award actually, to the person who has the best business plan. So again, that's both an experiential, and an entrepreneurial activity. And then global, okay? So Tobin is in located in the most international city in the United States, and is also a very global, St. John's University is a very global institution. So we run a program called the Global Microloan Program. A microloan is a small loan that you make to an entrepreneur in a developing country who wants to start their own business. So what a great experience to be able to study and select and really make a small loan to an entrepreneur and help them. Destination courses. We offer lots of courses in the business school that at the end of the semester, the whole class goes to another country. Our classes have gone to Zurich, London, Lima, Athens, Singapore. So it's really bringing to life what you're learning by going and visiting those businesses and talking to executives in other countries to see how they do business. I wanted to mention about the Greenberg School of Risk Management, Insurance, and Actuarial Science, okay? I love it. I used to work there. So I'm really excited to tell you about it. It's over 100 years old. It's part of our business school, but it's in a separate location in the heart of Manhattan. So it's a really exciting opportunity for somebody looking to study insurance, actuarial science. The programs do such a wonderful job of providing all those experiential learning opportunities and work opportunities. So if you happen to be interested in the insurance industry or in risk management, actuarial science, really St. John's is just a fantastic place because we have a school that's dedicated to the study of that subject. Applying to the Tobin College of Business is relatively straightforward. We do not require the SAT or ACT if you are, unless you are from an English-speaking country. For international students from a non-English speaking country, you can choose to take an English exam like the TOEFL, IELTS, or Duolingo. We look at your transcripts. You do have to have a pretty good level of math to be successful in our business program. So that's important. Essays, recommendations, they're encouraged. And I always like to point out, because we're such a large university, we offer an opportunity for people who have a moderate or intermediate level of English to develop that level of English. It's called elite admission. It's English language immersion toward excellence. And that is where you become a business student, but you are able to take some English classes, supportive English classes in your first year to help you to get to the level that you need to be successful in year number 2, 3, and 4. So that is a great opportunity for those types of people. So I said I wanted to give you some success stories, and I took these from our Instagram account for our international admissions department, because we like to highlight what students are doing, our international students, and what they're doing and what kind of success they have. I talked to you about internships. So let's take, for example, Lisbeth. She is from Panama. And she, in this little Instagram profile, we've really talked about how she is at an internship at Deutsche Bank. She's majoring in finance, and she's getting work experience as a student in one of the world's largest banks. So what an incredible opportunity. I also decided to throw this one in there and highlight Liam Benjamin, who is from Antigua in the Caribbean. He is the president of an organization, an academic organization for the study of risk management and actuarial science. So it also mentions that he participated in one of our global destination courses. He did a semester-long course in risk management, where the class did a 10-day trip to Zurich, London, and Ireland. So it's, again, like an example of how we offer courses that really allow you to experience and to get that sort, bring what you're learning to life. So I wanted to say thank you for your attention. And if you want to learn more about the Tobin College of Business, our website is www.stjohns.edu/Tobin.
Thank you so much for the information, and you're coming in right on time. I see 4:32, so I think you're gonna get the boot here in about, look at that, 15 seconds. Good job, everyone in the chat. Round of applause for our presenters. And as
Thank
we said,
you.
you can feel free to send any questions you want in the chat, and we'll make sure that they get them, because as you saw, 15 seconds left.
Thank you all for participating.
All right. Be safe on your journey to breakout room 2. Oh, we've lost them both. All right, fabulous. So now we will have our next 2 folks join us. And we'll get started very, very shortly. Up first, we should have Stacy Reeder from Florida Tech. Just waiting for Stacy. In the chat, feel free to let us know a little bit about you. Where are you from? What countries are we representing? This event has students from all across the Western Hemisphere, all the countries in the Americas. So very, very cool to find out where you're from. Priscilla is from Argentina. Isabel is from Panama. Fabulous. All right, Stacy, I see you. You've joined. So Stacy Reeder is up first. She is from Florida Tech. Stacy, go ahead and share your screen and take it away.
Okay, hello everybody. Thank you for attending this afternoon. We 8 universities are very excited to be presenting to you. My name is Stacy Reeder, and I'm the Associate Director of International Admissions here at the Florida Institute of Technology. Florida Tech is located in a medium-sized city called Melbourne. We're right on the Atlantic Ocean, halfway down the Atlantic coast of the state. This is the home of the United States Space Program. We're Florida's Space Coast, actually the Space Coast of the United States. This is the home of NASA, Kennedy Space Center, Blue Origin, SpaceX, and the United Space Alliance. In addition to space, we have a lot of aerospace companies. Again, big multinational names you will recognize: Harris Corporation, Boeing, Northrop Grumman, General Electric, Lockheed Martin, Embraer, which is a Brazilian aerospace company, Thales, a French aerospace company, DHS Technologies, and many, many more medium-sized and small startup companies. We're also an area of technology, and so we're the country's 4th largest high-tech workforce. Our climate is tropical. It's warm and sunny all year long. We are minutes from some of the world's most beautiful beaches, and we are very close to some large metropolitan areas. We are a 1-hour drive from Orlando, with all the theme parks such as Disney World, SeaWorld, and Universal Studios. And we are a 3-hour drive from the large metropolises of Miami and Tampa. Something unique about Melbourne that I don't think anyone else in the world can say is that we simply look out our windows or walk out our front doors or walk down the street to the beach to watch some amazing rocket launches. Fun fact is, this last weekend we had 2 launches. Friday night I was driving to my friend's house after work and watched a rocket launch, and it was right at sunset, and the beautiful colors reflected in the contrail was awe-inspiring. And then Sunday night, SpaceX launched a rocket carrying 4 astronauts to the International Space Station. And if you've never seen a night launch, they are gorgeous. The sky lights up like it was dawn. International students are a large part of who we are. Yes, Florida Tech offers an MBA in international business, but more importantly, international students are our business. And that is because a full 1/3 of our population is international. Florida Tech has 5,500 students, and about 3,500 of them are undergraduate, and about 2,000 of them are graduate. 1/3, as I mentioned, come from overseas, from over 100 different countries. Another third come from Florida, and Florida is a large state, so most of our Floridian students are even far from home. And then the last third comes from the other 49 states in the country. Most of our students being far from home makes this a very warm, welcoming, friendly campus. We have had face-to-face classes all fall very successfully, and we will continue with face-to-face classes spring semester and beyond. Education at Florida Tech is unique from other US universities. Here at Florida Tech, you apply directly to a specific major, and you are admitted directly into a major. Therefore, we don't have 2 years of prerequisite classwork. Instead, our students start taking classes in their major right away their first semester. And education here at Florida Tech is very immersive and very active. Yes, you'll be doing reading, and yes, you'll listen to some lectures, but more often than not, you will be actually doing. Our classes are very small, so you get a lot of individual attention. You'll be required to do an internship or co-op, required to do research. You'll learn through discovery. You're going to have applied learning. You're going to be working on individual projects, group projects. You will also be working with interdisciplinary teams on projects. Every student at Florida Tech has a senior capstone project, and this photo on this slide shows an engineering team building their own car in our Harris Design Center. Well, for the senior capstone projects, students really work hard to make sure that their teams are multidisciplinary. So business students and psychology students are eagerly sought out to serve on these teams, because we all know that successful businesses employ people from all different fields. So we've talked about the style of education here at Florida Tech. Here are the degrees that we offer in our College of Business. Now today we have an undergraduate audience, so let's focus on the yellow box on the right. These are the degrees that we offer a bachelor degree in. We have Bachelor of Sciences, and if you look carefully, you can get a regular Bachelor of Science in Business Administration, or you can have a concentration and get a Bachelor of Science in Business Administration and, let's say, Entrepreneurship, or any of the other 5 listed beneath Business Administration. And then you can see we have 4 regular majors that are outside of Business Administration. Thinking ahead, and all undergraduate students should be thinking ahead, you can see that we offer 4 different graduate degrees also, 3 master's degrees and 1 doctorate. One thing to note is our graduate degrees in the College of Business are half price from our other master's degrees. Every degree at Florida Tech is fully accredited, and including the College of Business. We are currently accredited with IACBE, and we are undergoing accreditation additionally with AACSB. And these accreditations are both international, meaning your degree is recognized all over the world. In addition to our majors, we incorporate learning with a lot of really fun and unique opportunities. And you can see 8 of them here listed on this screen. And I'm going to go into a little more detail for each one of them. But I do want to bring your attention to the photo on this screen, because this highlights what makes living and studying in this area so exciting. This photo was taken on the rooftop of one of our 2-story buildings. It was clearly taken at night, but I want to know if you can tell what it is. Your hint is, it is exactly what I watched from the beach at the end of my street Sunday night. You are correct. This is a rocket launch seen from campus. This is how close we are to NASA's launch pads. All right, so some of those special and unique opportunities in our business school is we offer a variety of accelerated business degrees. Typically in the United States, a bachelor degree takes one 4 years to accomplish, and a master's degree 2 years. We offer 3 programs where you can do it faster, thus saving time and a lot of money. One option to the traditional way of getting a degree is to do a 3-year bachelor degree. That's where you condense 4 years into 3 years by going through the summers. Saves you a year of time and a year of money. Another option, if you want to get a master's degree after your undergraduate degree, is to do a 4-year program where you get a 3-year bachelor degree in business and then a 1-year MBA of some kind. The last option for an accelerated program is to use 5 years, get a typical 4-year bachelor degree, and then get your MBA or MS in 1 additional year. Any of these will save you time and obviously a lot of money, particularly since our master's degrees in the business programs are half price. We have business case competitions, and these competitions are designed for business students to learn how to solve real problems in the business world, market and develop real products for real companies. And these competitions are in the state of Florida, throughout the country, and different teams compete all year long. Some prizes are cash and others are awards. We have study abroad programs. Most Florida Tech students choose to do their study abroad in the summer because our academic programs are so rigorous. The 2 most popular programs for business students are our Oxford, England study abroad and our study abroad program in Spain. And that's where these photos are from. Throughout the university, we have many guest speakers, but the College of Business is very famous for having a lot of their famous alumni come, which is another great opportunity for you to make connections in the business world. The Raspberry Pi Challenge is a business program for freshmen. And this is where freshmen spend 2 semesters learning what prototyping involves. So you buy the little computer in the upper right-hand corner of this screen for $35. And then you and a team spend 2 semesters developing a prototype and learning how to develop it and market it for investment purposes, and then how to bring with your investors that product to market. There's a $150 cash prize for this contest, and it works very much like your high school science fairs. We are a STEM institution, designated STEM, so science, technology, engineering, and math. Therefore, the latest business technology is woven into all of our business degrees. And you can also get certifications in various business softwares. Networking is crucial to any successful career in any field. And so the College of Business makes a really good attempt at showing you how fun networking can be. Different groups of business students participate in all kinds of activities around campus. 3 of these photos are pretty obvious what the activities are: tie-dye, a road race, and a ball game. But the picture with the polar bear is a business trip to SeaWorld. So there's a lot of fun, and you will learn that networking, which is crucial to your career, is also a lot of fun. When you're not in class, there's plenty of ways you can unwind here at Florida Tech. We're NCAA Division II with athletic scholarships. And we have many clubs and activities, something for everybody, over 100 of them. So please get involved, make friends, and learn to love your campus. We do offer partial academic merit scholarships for undergraduate international students. In the box on the left, the red box, you will see the typical steps that you have to take to apply to a university in the US. 2 things that are unique to Florida Tech is that it's absolutely free for an undergraduate to apply. We take the US Common application and our own application. And we've always been SAT, ACT optional for international students. Thinking ahead again to graduate degrees, there is a small application fee for a master's or PhD. And something that's important to note is the GRE and GMAT requirements are waived due to COVID through 2022. And again, our MBAs are half price compared to our other master's degrees. And we also offer paid assistantships to graduate students. These are some of the multinational companies that hire our students for internships, co-ops, and jobs. And I think you will recognize all of the names. And many more companies hire our students. Because our students are from everywhere, they go all over the world to intern and to do co-ops and to work. So what's the goal of this wonderful education from Florida Tech? Of course, it's graduation and a job. I am proud to report that our placement is 95%. That means 95% of our students are working in a job in their field or in graduate school within 6 months of graduation. If you have any questions for me, please type them in the chat box and I will answer them later. And do follow us on our social media, and in the red box, you will see how you can contact Florida Tech's Office of Admissions and myself. If you'd like to take a screenshot, please do. But thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoyed the presentation, and good luck to all of you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Stacy, for that really great information. I always love learning more about your institution. We will now pass things over to Louisa. Louisa Ehrlich is with Doane University.
Hello, and thank you for that introduction. Like Jenica said, my name is Louisa. I am the Associate Director of International Programs at Doane University, which is a small liberal arts institution located in the Midwest region of the US in the state of Nebraska. So it's a smaller school, but it's definitely a nice, close community with a lot of opportunity despite the size. So what I will go over today are 6 main areas. I'll talk about how we are student focused. I'll also talk about our undergraduate degree programs that you can select. I'll talk about all of our different experiential learning opportunities available to you as an undergraduate student, as well as one of our unique program opportunities once you become a senior at the undergraduate level. We'll also be able to hear from one of our current international students who is studying in the College of Business, and then I will briefly go over how you can apply and receive scholarships to Doane University. So first, I do want to share a message from our Dean, Jennifer Bossard. And she is going to share with you a little bit more information about the faculty that you will actually be learning from and what they do as professionals, but also for you when you're learning from them.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jennifer Bossard, Dean of Doane University's College of Business. I want to tell you about our college, and in doing so, I'll introduce you to some of our faculty. First, we value experiential learning. We give students the opportunity to practice the things that they're learning. One example is in our applied management class, where Dr. Grabanowski has students apply their management skills by working on a project for a local business or organization. Another example is in our investments club, where students get to buy and sell stock. Dr. Hassan is the faculty advisor for the club and is available to offer advice and make suggestions. Next, in the College of Business, we have exceptional faculty. Dr. Mans was the recipient of the Thomas Doane Outstanding Faculty Award for his commitment to leadership and service to the Doane community. And Dr. Bailey received the 2020 Outstanding Accounting Educator Award, which was awarded by the Nebraska Society of Certified Public Accountants. Finally, we have an engaging culture in our college. Faculty love teaching and getting to know their students. These are some of the faculty who will teach your classes. Your professors will not just get to know your name, but they will get to know you, and you will get to know them. Thank you for letting me introduce myself and tell you a little bit about Doane University's College of Business. I hope you choose to attend Doane, and when you do so, I look forward to meeting you.
All right, so that was Jennifer Bossard, our Dean of the College of Business. And just a fun fact, Dr. Courtney Bailey, who is our accounting professor, she used to work at my alma mater, and I've actually taken an accounting course from her back when I was a sophomore in college, and I can vouch for her great teaching skills. She's a very great teacher, and she does a lot of great things with students and programming in that area. So 3 areas in which the College of Business focuses on is teamwork, communication, and digital technology, since that's so prevalent today. Leadership development is also a pillar of the College of Business. Enhancing leadership skills is at the core of the curriculum, not only in the College of Business, but at Doane University as an institution. Leadership skills as well as critical thinking are paramount to earning a degree at Doane University. So we are student focused, and what that means is that we have pretty small class sizes. So in the College of Business, what that looks like is having about 20 to 30 students in your first and second year classes. But as you advance, those classes become smaller, and our average class size becomes 11 students per class. So you'll get to know your fellow classmates, but also your instructors very well. Your instructors will know you by your first name. So you are not just a number at Doane University, you are a student. Your instructors will know how you've learned and developed over time, and can also provide you some recommendation letters and also networking opportunities in the future. The College of Business also takes an active and experiential learning approach to their curriculum and how the faculty teach the course material. What that includes are different kinds of projects. You'll be creating reports, and you'll also have discussion-based learning. So it's not just lectures and note-taking all of the time. You'll be more actively engaged in the classroom, and that definitely makes for a more interesting classroom experience. And you'll also get to work more with your classmates as well. These are our undergraduate degree options. So at Doane, you have the option to study accounting, agribusiness, business administration, and economics. These are all majors, but they are also minors. And then I have listed up there leadership studies. This is a minor only. So what that really means is you would pick your major. So say, for example, you pick business administration. Then you can also select either a second major like economics, or you could select a minor. That could be leadership studies, or it could be leadership studies and economics. So there's really a vast majority of or many options that you could kind of pick and choose what kind of degree you really want to get. It doesn't have to just be one thing, and you can still graduate in 4 years, even if you double major. And then experiential learning is kind of a core, not only to the College of Business, but it is a requirement as part of a degree in order to get your degree at Doane University. Completing an experiential component is required. So there are different ways to do that. As an international student, you can work on campus part-time, so that's definitely an option. Of course, you can study abroad on a semester program or a summer program. And our summer programs, we also have faculty-led travel courses. And one cool thing is that our Dean, Jennifer Bossard of the College of Business, does lead some of those travel courses. So you could actually be traveling and learning from the Dean of the College of Business itself, while you also get to study abroad during the summer and earn credit. Additionally, there's service learning opportunities. Of course, internships are really important, especially in business. And then in the future, graduate school and job offers are key, obviously, to your success. But all of these things together are going to help you gain the experience you need to get the job that you want once you've graduated. So at Doane, our unique program that we are able to offer students is our Degree Plus program. This program allows you as an undergraduate student in your senior year, so your final year, to take up to 2 graduate level courses. So you don't have to apply to the graduate program to start taking these. You can take 1 graduate level course the first semester and 1 graduate level course the second semester. And this will allow you to get an early start on your master's degree while you are still an undergraduate student. So this is definitely a unique opportunity, something you should absolutely take advantage of if you do come to Doane University. You have plenty of time to get to this point. Again, this is not until your senior year, but it can kind of get you ahead in terms of your master's program planning. And the master's degree, it doesn't have to be at Doane. These courses can potentially transfer to other degree programs. Okay. And this is one of our students who is from Brazil, but he is currently enrolled at Doane as a business administration and economics major. So he is a double major, and he plans to graduate in 2022. So he is a junior right now. He is also the vice president of our Global Involvement Club, which is our international group on campus that puts together events and fun activities for international and domestic students alike. And he is also a student athlete. So if there's one thing that you should know about students at Doane is that they are all very active and participate in many different areas on campus. So it's not just academics, it's not just organizations or athletics, it's a mix of everything. So another great way to gain experience on campus. And Henry says that throughout the years and connections he's made with the faculty, he's more surprised when he discovered that he could actually add economics as his second major. He's also said that all of his, which is program. And lastly, I do just want to let you know how you can apply to Doane and the College of Business to copy your English proficiency scores. So we are able to take TOEFL, IELTS, or Duolingo as proof of your English proficiency. We do not require SAT or ACT scores, and we do not require essays. Once you are reviewed for admission, if you are admitted, you are automatically reviewed for our scholarships. So you don't need to do anything additional. Simply your admission is your scholarship application. When we are looking at your profile for scholarships, we are considering 3 different areas, and you can get any combination of these 3 things. So you'll be reviewed for academic scholarships, athletic scholarships, and performing arts scholarships. And performing arts is like music, whether that's instrumental or voice, and theater and dance. And then athletics, we have like cross country, football, wrestling, tennis, soccer, so many different things. So you'll indicate that on your application so that we know to review you for those scholarship awards. And finally, listed on the screen now is my direct email. So you can absolutely take a screenshot and go ahead and email me and I will respond to you directly. Or of course you can submit in the chat if you have questions and I will respond to you at a later time. So thank you for your time and I look forward to hearing from you.
Thank you so much, Louisa. Everyone, please join me in thanking Stacy and Louisa for their presentations. We have now made it halfway through and both of you did a great job, right on time. We are leaving in just 1 minute. So I would ask people in the chat, what are your interests? What kind of majors are you looking to pursue in business? And maybe Louisa and Stacy can shout out to you while they have 1 minute left. Okay, while we're waiting, I'm going to ask each of you in 15 seconds to tell me about one quirky or fun tradition that you have on your campus.
At Doane, every year we have something called Stop Day where no one knows when it's happening, but it will be announced the night before and classes are canceled, activities are canceled, and you just have a free day. So that's always fun.
And at Florida Tech, it is a Nerf battle. One day a semester, everyone gets out their Nerf guns and their Nerf darts, and the whole campus has a big Nerf gun battle. So
those are amazing answers. I'm so glad I asked. Well, safe travels to your next room. Please don't get lost as you make your way out. And we wish you well. There they go. Off into the ether. All right. And we are now waiting for our next 2 folks to join us. Let's see. Our friends at Kalamazoo Valley Community College and Creighton University. As I said, please in the chat, let us know what are some of the majors that you're interested in pursuing. What kind of business do you want to study? If you let the presenters know, they can kind of emphasize those things as they're talking. Oh, thanks, Priscilla. Priscilla is interested in finance. Great. And make sure you can put that, you can go ahead and chat to everybody if that's available to you. All right, both of our presenters have made it safely into the room. Up first, we will have Darren Chase of Kalamazoo Valley Community College. Darren, I'll go ahead and hand it over to you.
Okay, thank you very much, Jenica. And thank you everyone for coming today. Excited to see everyone. Let me share my screen real quick. There we go. Almost, there we go. Okay, like Jenica said, I represent Kalamazoo Valley Community College. A little bit about me first, you know who you're talking to. Oh, too far, sorry about that. I am the International Student Support Specialist at Kalamazoo Valley. Been here about a couple of years now, and I help students through pretty much every part of the admissions process, all the way till their arrival, and then all the way through their academic degree. So if you do come to Kalamazoo Valley, we will get to know each other. You will see me. I will probably be bombarding you with emails and updates, but it'll be fun. A little bit about Kalamazoo. We are located in the state of Michigan. It's highlighted in blue right there. We are in the Midwest, pretty much right in between Detroit and Chicago. It's about a 2-hour drive to either one. So if you want to get to a big city and enjoy some of those aspects, you can. We are more of a mid-sized town with still a lot to do, a lot of restaurants, businesses. Right on the bottom picture there, you can see Lake Michigan. So a lot of our students do love to get out to the big lake. It honestly looks like an ocean, but it's a lake, trust me. It's only 45 minutes away from Kalamazoo, so that's pretty neat. The top picture there is our downtown campus. And up on the right, you can see a little picture of our winters. So we do have 4 seasons. You should be expecting some snow here in the winter if you do come. So that's exciting. Hopefully you like snow. Kalamazoo does have about 2,000 international students. We at Kalamazoo Valley have about 80 or 90 at any given time. So there are some other universities here. It's a mixed city. There's a lot of opportunities to meet people from other countries, other cultures, so that's really neat. Lots of public parks, free events, things to do in Kalamazoo. There's a lot going on, so it's a fun place to be. For our students that come here, I usually just, the 6 main reasons they do come here. Number 1 being easy admission. So Kalamazoo Valley, we are a community college. We do not have an academic minimum requirement. So we do not require the SAT or ACT. And there is no fee for the application. It's a fairly simple process. We do require English proficiency and a few other documents, but other than that, if you apply and you submit those items, you will be admitted. So that's a great benefit to our students. Number 2, lower tuition costs. Community colleges in general, and especially Kalamazoo Valley, do have lower tuition. So for the 2 years that a student would come here, you could definitely take advantage of that lower tuition to have a more affordable college experience. Number 3 is pretty small class sizes. You typically 1 instructor to about 23 students, so you do get a lot of attention from our instructors. High quality instruction. We have all of our instructors have master's degrees, lots of real world experience. And I've heard it time and time again from a lot of our students. It's just that they love communicating with our instructors, and just the level of attention that they get from them is very, very impressive. Transferring is a huge part because community colleges are only 2-year degrees. Transferring your credits is hugely important, and those that you take at Kalamazoo Valley can transfer to universities all around the United States, and especially around in Michigan. We do have lots of transfer agreements, even to top 100 universities. And lastly, just campus life. Students can join more than 20 clubs, organizations, athletic teams. There's a lot going on in campus. We even have a global student union that runs right out of our international office. So I do want to touch base real quick on the concept of a community college and the benefits and why it's attractive to certain students. So for those students looking to get a bachelor's degree, you can do 2 years at Kalamazoo Valley and then 2 years at a university and receive a bachelor's degree from that university. So it's still 4 years. You just do 2 at Kalamazoo Valley and 2 at the university. Now the reason for doing that is, there's a few reasons, but the main one being the affordability of attending a community college. So in those first 2 years where you're taking a lot of the general courses and finding out what you want to study, you can take those classes at a much cheaper cost at a community college. Typically there's thousands of dollars in savings, like it says on the slide, and all those classes will transfer to a university. Especially in Michigan, we have lots of transfer agreements that help with that process. Just a quick little bit about our tuition. Kalamazoo Valley is around $8,000. Typically public universities are around 20, private universities can be anywhere from 35,000 way up there. So in those first 2 years, if affordability is a priority to you, taking a lot of those first 2 year classes, it's hugely advantageous to take it at a community college. All right, getting into the business programs. The 4 main ones that Kalamazoo Valley has that can either prepare a student to go directly into the workforce after 2 years or transfer onto university, is accounting, administrative assistant, business administration, and general marketing. Each of those do have internships components. So students can get real world experience, have a job or an internship count as credit towards their degree. So those are really neat experiences. Along with that, after 2 years, after completing the academic program, students are still eligible for OPT. So if you do complete your program, you could do OPT for a year after you obviously apply and get approved, and then still go on to a 4-year degree after that. All right, getting into a little more detail about our programs, or about the business administration program, sorry. This program definitely helps students get prepared for the 4-year degree, but also would be able to help a student go right into the workforce, learning about business organization, management, business procedures, leadership techniques, and all other fundamental business aspects. You can see on the list of classes here in blue, students get a wide variety of experience in business. So you have accounting, you have business computer applications, business writing skills, supervision, and then you see the business internship is located there on the left. But then on the right, you also see there are a fair amount of communication courses, microeconomics, political science. That is more part of the liberal arts education, well-rounded, and those will help you when transferring to university and crossing off some of those general education requirements. Another one would be our accounting degree. This would help prepare students to be like bookkeepers, accounts receivable, payable, payroll clerk, accountants, and then even after, and go on to maybe transferring to university, getting a bachelor's, and then on to a CPA. You can see multiple accounting courses there, QuickBooks, corporate accounting, business taxation, lots of various different types of accounting that you'll get experience. There's an accounting internship listed there. And then on top of that would be your more general courses, mathematics, political science, wellness, physical education, for a more well-rounded approach. All those would end up being about 62 credits, which is the equivalent of an associate degree, 2-year degree. And then if you go on to a university, those credits will transfer with you. One other thing I love to mention about KVCC is that because we focus on the first 2 years of a bachelor's degree, and those 2 years are so immensely important to getting everything off on the right start, we have a very robust student services area. We have advising, counseling that will meet with students one-on-one. Our career services office will help students prepare for internships or getting a job, and going so far as to help with resume building or cover letter writing, even practicing for interviews. So all super helpful in preparing to get for a job. On top of that, there's the Office for Student Life Resources, which will help students in pretty much any aspect of their college life, from catching a bus to meal plans, anything. And lastly, on that top portion, you'll see transfer resources. We have multiple advisors that specifically work in transferring students to universities and making sure all of those credits do transfer and getting them into top level universities that they want to get into. We don't dictate where you transfer. Students can transfer where they want to. They apply to universities they want to go to. Could be in Michigan, could be outside of Michigan, and then we help you transfer your courses. So you are not limited to any universities that we choose. You can go where you want, which is another benefit. Couple last things. Lots of student clubs, organizations. We have a global student union where a lot of our international students participate, but also meet and network with local students. Activities, lots of athletics, men's, women's basketball, baseball, volleyball. If you are a fan of athletics or just like to watch, either way. I'd like to talk for a second about our admissions checklist. First step at any time would just be the application. It's online, it's free, there is no fee, and it's pretty simple. It comes directly to me. So once you do submit that, I'll have your email. I can get in touch with you and help you through the rest of the process, and then getting those other documents in line. So if you are unsure of what to do, just submit the application and then we can talk from there, and I'd be happy to help you. Contact me anytime, feel free, I'm happy to answer questions. My WhatsApp number is right there. My email, our international office email and phone number. Either myself or my colleague, Chris Voss, are always watching our WhatsApp number or email, and we will do everything we can to answer any of your questions and help you on your way to your educational goals. And that's all I have. Back to you, Jenica. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Darren. And so great to learn about a community college. And next, we're going to hear from Megan at Creighton University. And Megan's bringing up her screen. Excellent. Passing it off to you, Megan.
Thanks. Hi, everybody. I'm so excited to be here. So my name is Megan Van Kuren-Stem. I'm the Director of International Enrollment at Creighton University. And I want to talk to you about a very specific and interesting combination of business programs. So a lot of students think, oh, if I'm going to study business, then it's going to have to be, management, marketing, international business. But there's a really cool and interesting growing field of business that combines business and STEM. A lot of students think you have to pick one or the other, but the truth is you don't have to anymore. So I'm going to start by giving you a little bit of the larger picture of what this looks like, some example majors, some tips for success, and then some more details about my institution. So the combination of business and they said is a very growing field. The reason for this is because as we see in almost every field, tech and data are growing, and of course, business is no different. And a lot of companies want people who are able to combine both and understand how a business runs, but also how can you maximize profits and minimize your costs, as well as streamline your processes, have that multidisciplinary approach that makes you more flexible in the industry. And then an added advantage for you as a student is that you could get the extended OPT. So instead of the traditional 1-year OPT with a business degree, you may be able to get that 3-year OPT, which would give you a little bit more time in the US to work and gain some experience on your student visa, which is awesome. So one example of a major that we have at my institution is our Business Intelligence and Analytics program. So we developed this program about 6 years ago with the help of a couple Fortune 500 companies who knew that they were going to be looking for students who could really understand how businesses run and the basics of business, but how could we use tech and data to really push the boundaries of business? Like I said, how can we maximize profits while minimizing, the time that we're spending on projects or the costs that we're putting into projects? Not only would you take, a good breadth of business programs, you would take some classes in management, some in marketing, some in finance and accounting. You would also take classes in management information systems, systems analysis, data management, Python, blockchain, but also cybersecurity and artificial intelligence. As we know, a couple of the big buzzwords that a lot of people are looking for in technology. For this program in particular, over the past 5 years with our graduates, we've had a 100% success rate with our students getting jobs. And they're the highest paid jobs that our students are getting. So we see that, this is really what businesses are looking for kind of in the next big turn of, where business is going to go. Another example we have at my institution focuses more on the finance field. So it's very similar to that business intelligence and analytics, but it's specifically geared towards finance. So you'll still take a broad range of those programs, but you'll probably take more classes in finance than you would like in marketing or management. And then you would take a lot of the same courses that you would see in that business intelligence and analytics program. But as I said, it would specifically focus on how you could use the machine learning, the cybersecurity, the analytics, specifically in the finance field. Some tips for success. So how can you study in either of these types of business programs or other business programs and do well when you graduate? So one of the big things that you are also going to need to focus on is going to be those things outside of the classroom. So internships are incredibly important. You'll want to get connected with your career center right away. A lot of students make the mistake of waiting until they're looking for an internship or getting ready for a job before they visit the career center. But they have so many different opportunities throughout the year for you to get involved and for you to learn. So for example, they'll have resume writing workshops and cover letter writing workshops. They'll have sessions on how do you network well? How do you create a memorable impression on somebody? They, of course, also have their career fairs multiple times a year where you could go practice networking. But then they also have really interesting sessions like how do you build your social media so that way you're hireable? Because when you apply for an internship or job, they're going to be checking your social media. So what are things that you should and shouldn't have on your Facebook or LinkedIn or Instagram accounts? As well as things like how do you dress professionally? In the US, there's different levels of dressing professionally. There's business professional, business casual, and other parts of etiquette that you have to understand as well. So it's great that the Career Center offers these for free for you, so that way you can be confident as you're applying for internships and jobs. We have a lot of students who stay in our city for their internships. And they spend a lot of time with our Career Center preparing for these. So I'll talk a little bit more about this in a couple of minutes, but Omaha is the #1 city in the US for paid internships. And we're also the #1 city in the world for Fortune 500 companies. So a lot of students will stay here in the summer, or they'll do it during the semester while they're studying. We get some of those really cool hands-on experiences. Those experiences are also important on campus. So we have over 250 different clubs and organizations to get involved in, and you should absolutely get involved. You're going to gain those leadership skills and those communication skills, which are also very important for when you go to get a job. Another reason that students choose to come to Creighton, though, is our flexibility within our program. So it's very easy to double major or have a major and a minor, or have 2 majors and a minor. And we really encourage students to do this and to follow your passions. So one example that I have for this for our Business Intelligence and Analytics program are students who do a double major in BIA, which is short for Business Intelligence and Analytics, in International Development. And they get to do this really cool project called the Blue Box Project, which is where these pictures are from. So last year, our students went to the Dominican Republic. They took these blue boxes down, and these boxes contain a lot of downloadable educational information in the country's native language. So for example, these would have all been in Spanish. And what the students do is they work on placing these boxes in a place where, number one, they have electricity so they can run, but in places where people can access them either through plugging in their cell phone or plugging in their laptop to download this educational material. So people are able to, continue their own education or learn something new, but they don't have to worry about having Wi-Fi or internet access. But the way that our students are able to take what they're learning in the classroom, give back to a community, which is pretty cool. It's something that not a lot of business students, think about when you're thinking about how do I get involved and what kind of internships can I do? You can absolutely do those awesome internships with top companies in the world, but it's also great to have these very unique hands-on experiences. I'll tell you a little bit more about Creighton University. So we're located in Omaha, Nebraska. So we're right in the middle of the country. We are a medium-sized private institution. So we are a Catholic Jesuit institution, which means we have a beautiful church on campus, but you don't have to be Catholic to study here. A lot of students, I think, see that we're a Catholic school and think, oh, I'm not Catholic, I can't come here. I'm not Catholic. I walk by the church on the way to Starbucks, but I've never been in the church. Don't tell my boss, I've never gone in. But we actually are a very open and welcoming campus to students from all parts of the world and all different faith backgrounds. In fact, a lot of our services within the church are multi-faith services and not, only Catholic masses that happen. We have about 150 different academic programs, and business is one of the things that we're best known for. And I'll talk about that on the next slide. They said we're a medium institution of about 9,000 students, with students from all 50 states and about 50 countries represented on campus. So for a school our size, we're pretty diverse. One of the coolest things about our diversity is that over 80% of our students come from outside of our home state. So even if your freshman year, you're rooming with a US citizen, there's actually a good chance they're coming from California, Hawaii, Minnesota, or the East Coast, which is pretty cool. We have a liberal arts curriculum, which means you'll get a very well-rounded education. We also believe in small class sizes and have an 11-to-1 student to faculty ratio. Our average class size is actually about 20 students. We do this on purpose because our faculty really want to get to know you as a student. They get to know your name, but they really want to know what you're passionate about. What is your dream internship or your dream job? And they really want to help you get there and get involved. I was talking to a faculty member this weekend who told me that he holds his office hours on Sundays because he knows that's when students are doing their homework and they're studying. So he wants to be available for students when they really need him. As I said, business is one of the things that we're best known for at Creighton. Many of our programs are ranked in the top 25 in the country. So we do have a lot of students specifically who come here for a business degree. We have the traditional majors in marketing, management, finance, accounting, international business, but then we also have those programs that relate to the data and the future of technology. And it's great, as I said, that you really have the ability to mix and match programs. So for example, if you love marketing, but you also really want to, have that graphic design background or that multimedia design background, you really can mix and match these programs and double major or have a major and a minor and still graduate in 4 years. So our students do very, very well when they graduate. So last year, 99% of our students either had a job or went to graduate school within 6 months of graduation. A big reason for this is because of our Creighton Edge office that oversees a few different departments. So the first is the Academic Success Center, where they guarantee free tutoring for all students for all programs. So if you're in a class and you're struggling with a concept or a chapter, you can go to the Academic Success Center and they will help you find a tutor for free. They also oversee the John P. Fahey Career Center, and I talked already about what the Career Center does. So all of those things that we talked about, you could absolutely go get involved with at our Career Center. And they also oversee the pre-professional advising program. So if you're thinking that you might want to go be pre-law and go to law school or pre-medicine and go to medical school, you would have a special advisor for that. We also have our Cura Center for Undergraduate Research and Scholarship, which a lot of business students say, well, why would I want to do research? Research is not just for science students. We have a lot of students, especially in economics, who get involved in some of our really cool economics research projects where we look at a lot of developing neighborhoods and developing nations. Another question I'm often asked is why Omaha? Where is Omaha? What is Omaha? So Omaha is a medium-sized city in the middle of the US. So we have about 1 million people. I will be honest, I moved here from Chicago and I was a little worried about moving to Omaha because I didn't know much about it either. However, Omaha is actually a really cool place to be. So we are the #1 city in the world for Fortune 500 companies. So if you think about the 500 largest companies in the world, over 100 of them have offices or headquarters in Omaha. We're also the only institution in the world with a completely student-run Apple store on our campus. So as a business student, you can run your own Apple store by the time you graduate. We're the #1 city for paid internships. I'm in a top city for young people to get jobs, which also means that we have a really cool, vibrant, young feeling in this city. My favorite fact, though, about Omaha is that we are the #2 foodie city in the country, so any type of food in the world you want, you can get here. Our application is pretty straightforward. You can either apply in the Common App or the Creighton app. Either way is free, and neither way is preferenced. We do need your personal statement or essay, your high school transcripts, and a letter of recommendation. We do not need the SAT. So if you don't want to take it or you don't have the ability to take it because of the pandemic, you really don't have to worry about it. And then depending on your curriculum in high school, you might have to take an English language proficiency exam, but we do accept the Duolingo. So you can take it from home in your pajamas when you're ready. We technically have a rolling application deadline, and I'll accept your application up until April. The only deadline I do tell students to think about is the December 1st deadline if you're interested in any of our honors or leadership programs. They have a deadline of January 5th, so I do have to see your application by December 1st to be eligible. Otherwise, if you have any questions later today, next week, next year, this is my email address as well as my WhatsApp number. WhatsApp is the fastest way to get a hold of me because I will text you back even if I'm in meetings, but I'm happy to answer any questions that you have anytime. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you so much, Megan and Darren. Everybody, please say thank you. If you're there and you're so excited, please give some claps. Jorge's giving some claps. We appreciate that. And with our last few seconds, I'm gonna ask you a question that I asked the last group. And you got 15 seconds. Tell us about something really fun, cool, unique tradition that you have on your campus.
So we have our what do we call it? We didn't get to do it this year. It's our International Student Showcase. So we really love all of our international students that come. People want to meet them. And so we do a huge, big event out in the main area where we have the cafeteria cook the food that you prefer and share it with everyone, talk a little bit about your country, where you're from, and you're like celebrities for the day. It's fun.
At Creighton, we don't have a traditional American football team in the fall. So our big fall sport is our men's soccer team. And we do what's called Socktoberfest. It's basically a big party on campus where we watch both the men's and women's soccer teams.
Oh, and we lost it right there at the last second, but I think we got the gist of it. For any of you who are into soccer, it sounds like at Creighton, that's their big sport. So that's pretty cool. Okay, so congrats to everyone who stayed around. You're doing great. Keep engaging, keep asking your questions if you have them. And we have our next presenters arriving now. All right, so our final two presenters. First up, we will have Joe Sparrow, and Joe is from Bentley University. Take it away, Joe.
Wonderful. Well, thank you for that introduction. And hello, everyone. We've made it. We're in the last session here. So my name is Joe Sparrow, Senior Assistant Director of Undergraduate Admission at Bentley University. So I want to talk to you today about why business at Bentley. So first, I want to talk about where Bentley is and what we're about. So Bentley, we are located in the greater Boston area. So we're about 9 miles or 15 kilometers outside of the city of Boston. So when you think of Boston, all the wonderful colleges and universities that are in the area, Bentley is just on the outskirts. So you actually can see the Boston skyline from the top of our campus here. So while this picture might seem like campus is flat, that's not the case. Actually, we have a pretty hilly campus. So the academic center is actually set up on top of campus and has the beautiful scenic view as you see here. In terms of, Boston as well, in terms of transportation, we do provide transportation to and from Harvard Square. In terms of the airport, we have obviously the major airport, Logan International Airport. So that's about 35 minutes from campus. So really accessible city. Boston truly is a wonderful city, and we're lucky to be right on the outskirts. So focusing on Bentley as a whole, so we have around 4,200 undergraduate students. Bentley recently was ranked #1 in terms of colleges and universities in the North. And so for us, we're happy to be ranked #1. And so I want to talk to you about the setting that you're going to be learning in. So Bentley actually caps its classes at 35 students. We have average class size of around 24 students. And so we have all of our classes are 100% faculty taught. We don't have grad assistants or TAs. So you're learning from the faculty. These are folks that are industry trained and really get to know our students on a personal level, which truly is wonderful. Bentley, we really are in a category of our own. We are the only business-only university in the United States. And as you can see here, we really draw students from all over the world. So a really nice, diverse campus with students that are interested in studying business. So, today's world really is built on business. And whatever field or industry you choose to enter, a background in business is a foundation that will serve you well. So whether you want to work in government, nonprofit, the traditional corporate setting, fashion, or sustainability, we really do showcase how, a true business education will prepare you for your careers. So I want to focus in on the academic pyramid because I think this really kind of gives a great snapshot of the experience that you'll have at Bentley. So many students come to Bentley with the idea that they want to study business, but they aren't sure exactly of what area of business they want to pursue. And that's totally okay. So every student takes the general business core, which is a core of 9 courses spread out over the course of your 4 years, which will expose you to all different areas of business, including finance, accounting, marketing, global strategy. So you can choose an area that's most relevant to you. And our students don't need to declare a major until the end of their sophomore year. So if and when you do decide to apply to Bentley, you're not applying to the School of Business, you're not applying to the accounting program, you're applying just to Bentley as a whole. And you have that flexibility until the end of your sophomore year to really choose a major and dive into that industry. At the same time, we do believe in the arts and sciences, and it really is an integral part of creating a well-rounded student and having a well-rounded education. That's why all students, regardless of major, will take courses in the general education course. So you have the required general business core and the required general education core of classes. And in the general education core, you'll take courses such as information technology, math, natural sciences, and economics to really complement your general business core. So to build on those technical skills you'll get within the general business, or we call it the GB core, you're going to be developing those soft skills within the general education core as well. I will touch on majors in just a few moments, but I do want to talk about the optional second major, or we call it the liberal studies major at Bentley. So I just mentioned earlier that Bentley really is committed to the integration of business within the arts and sciences, and the best illustration of that is through our liberal studies major, which is optional but really distinctive and provides an enormous advantage when entering the job market. So by structuring your classes the right way, you can earn a second major without any additional courses and still graduate in 4 years. So we do have 8 unique concentrations. So for example, if you are a finance major, but you're really passionate about Earth, the environment, and global sustainability, you can pair your BS in finance with your LSM or optional second major in sustainability and position yourself to be a controller at a renewable energy company. Not only do you have that finance background, but now you're getting that industry background as well. And that's something that these companies and organizations are looking for, and that's why our students really do stand out in a crowd. So I mentioned I was going to talk about majors. You'd probably be surprised to see that a business university has such a wide range of majors, but we see business in a multitude of industries and careers. So we have 25 majors spanning both in business and the arts and sciences. So whatever you major at Bentley, each of them has a curriculum that was informed by our corporate partners to ensure that we are teaching the skills relevant in any industry today. And I'll talk about corporate partners in just a few moments. So I talked about, who you're going to be learning from. I want to talk about the environment that you're going to be learning in as well. So technology really is an integral part of the Bentley education, and our students succeed in their internships and after they graduate because of the industry tools they've had access to while they're here at Bentley. So we've invested over $300 million in state-of-the-art high-tech facilities, and I want to highlight the big one is our trading room that I want to highlight for you today. So we have this trading room is equipped with 24 Bloomberg terminals. It's actually the largest university trading room in the United States. Students can trade on the stock market and utilize analysis tools and databases to make real-time decisions. So we have, the state-of-the-art software. Students can actually become Bloomberg certified as part of your tuition. We also work with companies like a Fidelity, a Bloomberg, a Goldman Sachs. They actually come to campus. These employers come to campus and they work with our students in the trading room, which is great. We also have an investment group on campus. Obviously, being a business school, we're going to have an investment group. So they are responsible for investing a portion of our university's endowment. So this investment group was given $250,000 to start, and they have grown it to more than $1.8 million. So it just shows you they must be doing something right. So continue on with the themes of hands-on opportunities. We do have service learning, which is community service connected to your academic framework. We also have study abroad. So in terms of study abroad, we have a lot of options for you to get that global experience at Bentley. So you can study abroad for the semester. So we have partnerships with 30 different countries and 80 programs spread out to those 30 different countries. We also have a full year immersion program. We have a great partnership with the London School of Economics and Finance. So students want to go there for a full year. We also have what's called intensives, which are 10 to 14-day faculty-led trips abroad. These are really popular amongst our students if they don't want to go away for a full year, full semester. So they go during like intersession or during the summer. So we've actually lucked out. So for the past 8 years, obviously with the exception of this year, we've taught a fashion retail course in Milan. So our students have actually got to work Fashion Week for several years. And it's a great, honestly, cultural experience, but also academic experience as well. So I mentioned I was going to talk about corporate partnerships. And so I mentioned how they really do have a say in our curriculum design to make sure that we are teaching those skills that are relevant in today's society. But also you're going to have a chance within your general business course. So before students graduate, each student will participate in at least one corporate partnership by taking your general business 320 course, which typically happens your junior or the first semester of your senior year. So essentially, you'll be working with companies like a Converse, a New Balance, a Microsoft, even sometimes smaller, nonprofit organizations, and they're going to come to you with a real-world issue that they're facing. So you're helping them identify real-world issues that they're facing, and you're going to help them. You're going to help them come up with a sustainable solution. So essentially, you're doing a major research project for them, and based on your findings, you make a Shark Tank pitch to them. I like to think of it as an on-campus internship built into each one of your majors. And speaking of internships, really the best way to get that hands-on experience is really through our internships. And this is where an area where Bentley students really do stand out. Nearly all Bentley students have at least one internship before graduating, and almost 71% take on more than one internship. A big reason Bentley students are able to land these internships is because our top-ranked career service office, which makes sure they are prepared. So students find many internship opportunities regionally, nationally, and internationally, and most of them are paid. Nearly half of those internships do turn into full-time jobs. So I would say about, around 55% of our students are job offered after that first internship, but they don't always take that first job offer as well. And there is value in taking on more than one internship. The job market is changing. And so we are starting to see students really do take on more than one because there's value in figuring out what you don't want to do for the rest of your life, just as it is figuring out what you do want to do. Talking about, return on investment, as you can see here, Bentley with its top-ranked career services, obviously access to internships. This really does correlate to a really high placement rate. So a 98% job placement rate, $60,000 starting salary for our graduates. And these are just a quick snapshot of the companies and organizations where our students are landing. As you can see, not just in the Boston area, these are, again, nationally and internationally recognized industries as well, or organizations. And just really quick high-level overview, because I know my time is coming down in terms of the application requirements. So we are a common application school. These are just some of the supplemental items that we require. The big thing that I really want to mention for this year, we are test optional for fall 2022. 2021. So you do not have to submit your SAT or ACT scores. If you do submit them, we will review them, but it is not required as part of the admission process this year. And we do offer merit scholarships that range from full to partial scholarship, and you do not have to apply for these scholarships. This will be awarded to you at the time of admission decision, and the top half of our admit pool will be considered for merit scholarships. And with that, I want to thank you all so much for tuning in, and I look forward to hearing some of your questions.
Thank you so much for your presentation, Joe. And as always, you can ask your questions there in the chat. And our final presenter today is Kazi String from Rowan University.
Thank you for the warm introduction, and thank you so much for sticking around with us all the way to the end. So my name is Kaziani String. I am the Assistant Director here at Rowan for International Admissions. But beyond that, I can really connect with you guys because I am originally from Brazil. I had a dream of studying abroad, so I am a part of international education as well. And beyond that, I did combine different passions, which was education and business. And currently, I'm also an investor as well in the US. So let's discover a little bit more about Rowan University. So we are a public research institution located in New Jersey. Glassboro is our hometown. It is a college town located in the suburbs, meaning that we're pretty safe, but we're conveniently located because we're close to 3 main big cities. So Philadelphia is just in our backyard, about 25 minutes. We also have New York City, Washington, D.C., and many other cities around us. But beyond that, we do have great beach resort towns near our campus, about an hour away, where you can really explore the beaches. But also we're close to the Poconos Mountains, so there is plenty of activities for you to really get yourself into and beyond our beautiful, thriving downtown as well here at Rowan. So in New Jersey, you do experience the 4 seasons. Myself being originally from Brazil, I was pretty much stuck on 2 seasons for most of my life, and I can tell you that I love being, experience the change of seasons, which is pretty cool and unique. And there is always different things and different experiences that you can get yourself into. Beyond that, we are located close to America's most historical cities, such as Philadelphia, which was one of the first, it was the first capital of the United States. Also, New Jersey is really diverse, is one of the most diverse states in the US. And beyond that, we are a state which is home for many Fortune 500 companies. So there is a lot of job opportunities as well. And it's also a state well known in the US for best education as well. And we do have many Ivy League institutions near us as well. So beyond that, we are a mid-level institution, meaning that we have over 19,000 students across 3 different campuses. But don't be alarmed by that, because we're not like many of other institutions that are large. We really focus on the personalized learning experience, which pretty much you're not going to be stuck in a lecture hall with 300 other students or being taught by a graduate assistant. We do not have one single lecture hall on our campus, and also we do not have teaching assistants. So a majority of our professors have a terminology degree, or they have expertise in the field, and that's what's going to be teaching you and helping you also to get a job. You can network with your professors and find jobs that way as well. That's how I found my first job. But beyond that, Rowan is really on the rise. We're currently the 4th fastest growing public research institution in the nation, and we're really becoming a model for many other institutions here in the US that are struggling. Beyond that, we are, according to US News and World Report, we're top 95 for public research institution, and 187 for top, competing with all of the different institutions in the US. And to put numbers into perspective, we have over 4,500 higher education institutions in the US alone. So there's plenty of different options for you to explore. But beyond that, Rowan is the 2nd public research institution in the state. For us, our top programs, I would say engineering is the top one. We're really STEM heavy, and you see that many of our business programs are actually bachelors of science as well. And beyond that, we do have great business programs, but last but not least, we do offer a great quality education for an affordable price as well. So like I said, we are a comprehensive institution. We have many different majors, over 100 plus for you to choose from. And we do offer from the undergrad level all the way to the doctoral level as well, in professional schools as well. So you can actually choose from many different options from your major, your minor, and your concentration, and do like what I did, combine different passions, which that's the beauty of American education. In terms of our business school, the Rowan Business School really provides an education with real world examples and beyond that experiences as well, by tackling real world assignments and also issues and problems that real businesses and organizations are facing, that you will be required to help these companies. It's kind of like a case study, but also it's led by professors and experts that really foster a innovative practice in our business education. Last but not least, Rowan University is also AACSB accredited. This is a prestigious type of accreditation for business schools, and only 5% of the schools in the world have that type of accreditation, which really puts us in the spot. But other unique things for Rowan is that we do have a Center for Professional Development. It's kind of like a career center just for business. At Rowan, we actually have different career centers, and we have one for the whole entire institution. But we also have the Career Center dedicated just for business, which really helps you with career workshops, resume clinics, and so on, which gives our students the necessary tools for them to become career ready and also navigate the job and internship search and so on, and find a meaningful employment in a job. However, I know, as I was a business student, sometimes that job is not what you're looking for. Sometimes you want to build your business. You want to develop that system. Right? So at Rowan, we do have a business incubator for our entrepreneurs and for our students that are looking to start up their company. And really, it's a great resources for you to not only ensure that you have, a lower cost coming in by providing, spaces for you to meet with your partners and, different offices, high-speed internet, and, state-of-the-art facility with different printing and copiers and mail rooms. But beyond that, for me, the most important piece is the nurturing environment that you can get yourself into, and really help you to develop your business plan, your marketing plan, and so on, and really get your business out of the ground and start running with that and execute your plan. So this is some of the different business majors that we have in our business school for undergrad and also for our master's program. You can find all of these different majors and also the comparison between them in our website. And beyond that, like I said, you can actually combine with different majors and minors and concentrations with Rowan as well across our different colleges. So a little bit about admissions here at Rowan. We do use the common application. This is our only application for freshman students. And once you submit your application, you have access to an application portal, which you'll be able to see live what's going on with your application, who's your counselor, your admissions process, where you fall into, and your admissions decision. There you can also upload all of your documents, such as your high school transcript, also your proof of language. We do accept all of the different ones, accessible in the market today. And also with the Common App, you do have an essay that you need to submit. It's important to note that Rowan became test optional as well, meaning that you are not required to submit your SAT or your ACT test scores. And for our business programs, students need a minimum of 2.5 to be considered for the program. To give an idea, for engineering programs, you need a minimum of 3.2 out of 4. This is our total cost. As you see, our tuition fee is really affordable for our state here in New Jersey compared to many of the other institutions here in New Jersey and beyond, New Jersey as well. But it's important to note that also Rowan offers generous scholarships. And once you apply and you submit all of the supporting documents, that's pretty much it. You will be automatically considered. We start giving scholarships at a minimum of a 2.8 GPA out of 4. And the range here, you can get up to $19,000. And we also offer scholarship for IB students, so you can get 2 scholarships, so double. And if you get the top range, that means that it's almost cover your tuition fees. A little bit about campus and student life. This is just a few options for the different clubs and organizations that you can access to here at Rowan with our business school. We do offer 100+ different other clubs as well with different passions that you have. This is a great opportunity for you to really explore different clubs and organizations, but add on to your experience as well and learn different skills and also soft skills as well. That is really important once you are looking for a job. Also, we have different international services. This is only for international students where we have international advisors that will be with you from beginning to end. We have different clubs such as an international club that help you to get connected with other international students. But beyond that, we do have, also different trips to the surrounding cities. We have a free shuttle that brings you to Philadelphia during the weekends, so you can explore, the Philadelphia and other cities that are around us. And like I mentioned in my previous slides, we do have the Career Management Center here at Rowan as well that you can really help you to get a job starting your first year on campus, in your first semester. Can help you with your internships. Many of our programs, you are required to do an internship, and beyond that, we are a research institution, so you're required to be doing research as well from your first semester at Rowan. And also the Career Advancement Center is there to help you even when you graduate and you become an alumni. It's available for you to continue, exploring your options as well. Many of our students, they graduate, they get a job, or they go back into their master's program. As I mentioned, we do have many different options available for that. So stay connected with us. Here's different social media platforms. We're really active in all of them. So become part of the momentum. Come rise with Rowan University. This is our website, rowan.edu/forward-international, where you can really learn, a lot of information about our international process here. But beyond that, we are doing a lot of webinars as well that we're offering with different colleges here with Rowan. So thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for staying with us all the way to the end.
Thank you, Kezi, and thank you, Joe. So at this point, the only thing that's going to happen next is we'll go back to the main room where we'll just give a few announcements. One question that I've enjoyed asking our presenters is, can you tell us one kind of fun or unique tradition that you have on your campus?
Yeah, I guess I could start. So we have what's called Breakfast by Moonlight, which is fitting because we are close to finals. So, typically in the fall and in the spring, right before finals, we actually have all faculty and staff on campus, and we actually make breakfast for our students, and it allows time just to kind of de-stress before the finals. So who doesn't like having, free bacon, eggs, and, French toast and things like that. So it's always a nice chance to connect with the students.
For us, one that I can recall right now, Thanksgiving is coming, right? So we actually host a Thanksgiving for our international students, and also faculty is invited, and our the international center staff is also available, and they get a a chance to explore different food from all different countries that represent our international student population. That's one fun thing that we're doing, that Thanksgiving is coming up, that kind of remind me.
And then I'll ask a selfish question. A lot of Canadian students are interested in athletics. Tell me about your sports division and a couple of your top teams that you have.
So I guess it's fitting. We are our only Division I hockey team, or Division I sport is our men's hockey team. So it's fitting in Canada. So we are Division I for men's hockey, and we are Division II for everything else. So hockey is our top program. We do have an on-campus ice hockey rink. So in terms of the school spirit, that's great. But we do have, I think we have 20 other Division II sports. Women's basketball is our top women's sport. They've actually won the national championship a few years ago, and our coach actually just got elected to the Basketball Hall of Fame.
Awesome. And for Rowan, we are Division III. So here we're really focused on academics. And with that being said, we don't offer athletic scholarships, but it's important to say that we do offer many different types of sports and also club sports as well. But beyond that, even though we're Division II or Division III, we actually, our soccer team is really well known, and it's actually won many competitions through Division II as well. And beyond that, our basketball coach used to be NBA coach as well, which is pretty cool. You should play for the NBA.
That's really cool. I'm enjoying these fun facts. Okay, let me think of one more. Okay, so the town that you're in, what is the spot that if someone was visiting, you would tell them to go see?
I would say for us, linked to that business incubator, one of our alumni has actually developed a business that is called Cookie Muncher, which is kind of like a fresh baked cookie in a pizza box. It's a huge cookie. It's really thriving. There's always a line of students ordering these cookies. So I'll definitely say that's one that was developed in our business incubator.
Oh man, being in Boston, that's almost next to impossible. But I would say for me, I guess for me, I'm a big seafood person. So anywhere in the Quincy Market area that's if people are looking to explore Boston, that's usually the first place that I send them.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time. We've got our button here to go back to the main session. So everyone, please proceed back to the main sesh, and we'll do a quick closing and send you off to your day.